people at Uggs for keeping the Australian nation's feet warm for many years. I've seen Kate Hudson wearing them. She seems to be fond of them as well. I owned a pair once. They looked feminine and made my feet sweat. So stopped wearing them after that. This is the first time I've seen a theater built inside a Mexican restaurant. Very nice. The margaritas are very good. It's very strange. I guess we're in the courtyard. That makes us the courtyard. This has been amazing. I've enjoyed this. I should talk about the first time I met James Franco, probably. I think I thought the first thing that a lot of his future co-workers and directors thought when they saw him, which is, I'd fuck the shit out of this guy. Handsome, very friendly. I was 16 years old, I think, when we first met. You were like 20, which means I was like pretty sure you'd lost your virginity, which made you awesome in my book, right away. One of the coolest guys I met at that point. You had a leather jacket. That was fucking rad. And honestly, one of the first things I remember talking to you about is we were on Freaks and Geeks, and we were both on this TV show, and you mentioned that you were still in acting class. And I remember thinking, wow, we're both on a TV show, and this guy's still in an acting class. What a stupid idiot he is. We've done it. We're here, man. We're getting paid for this shit. But, no, he really wanted to keep learning stuff, which I thought was very weird at the time, but I've now seen that somewhat of an odd addiction he has, and we just all have to stand by and watch. He took acting incredibly seriously, especially for being on a TV show no one watched. He'd talk about his character like it was a real person. Daniel wouldn't do that, however he'd say that. That's a weird thing to say. I don't know what my guy would do, I have no clue. My guy would say this shit on this piece of paper. He was he worked hard. I remember I would write stupid scenes, and he would sit around and read them, and then as soon as we started smoking weed, he would leave, which was pretty funny. And then I remember our show started coming to an end. It was getting canceled. Scott Sasso was the guy's name he canceled that you couldn't remember earlier. I don't know what he does now, but he's not up here, I guess. I remember talking to you, actually, and you were saying that there was a James Dean movie that you may do, and I was definitely one of the people convincing you not to do that. I was like, that's crazy, yeah, I'm going to play fucking Laurence Olivier in a movie. People will be Orson Welles, and we'll all just go out and pretend to be great actors. I was totally wrong. He won a fucking Golden Globe, so, and that's when they were legit, so... Pre-network television Golden Globe. That's a whole other thing. Then he did some movies I never saw, Annapolis and Fly Boys and shit. I didn't see those, but yeah, I did. Okay, I saw Fly Boys because at the end you're on a blimp that's blowing up as you're running across it. I remember thinking, that's fucking badass. I don't care who you are. If you can run across a blimp as it's exploding, that's unbelievable. You actually learned how to fly a 1939 airplane for that movie, if I recall. No, that's not true. I just make that up. But I actually went years and years without seeing Franco, except in movies. So I did see the Spider-Man movies. That was impressive, I remember. And then it wasn't until years later that we ultimately met up to do Pineapple Express. And after hearing him talk tonight, one thing has become remarkably clear to me, and that is I should never have let him play that role in Pineapple Express. Because I'd be talking to fucking Leonard Maltin, and he'd be up here. 2 hours. 5-minute speech, and I'd be nominated for an Oscar, and I am. So, we live and we learn, I guess. Maybe next time. He did do a great job in Pineapple Express, actually. He was very dedicated. He actually, there's a scene in the movie where he runs into a tree, and he actually ran into the tree and cracked his head open and got many stitches on his forehead, which is why his character wears a headband throughout the majority of the movie. I remember thinking, like, that is badass. Like, I'd go home for 3 weeks if that happened to me, but he showed up the next day, and, like, my career is as predicated on my looks nearly as much as his is, so it was very impressive. I mean, a lot of people know he's amazing in the movie, and I think the one thing that makes his performance the most impressive is something that most people don't know at all, and that is the truth. Me and James Franco have never smoked weed together in our entire lives. That is insane. I've smoked weed around him around 4 million times. I've blown it in his face a lot just to kind of try to, for the story, I guess, but it's never actually happened. So that alone deserves a second Golden Globe nomination. So it's not, they've done network. Well, you didn't even show up that year. Yeah. I was there. I don't know why. I feel like I got nominated because the fucking movie got nominated, but I was like, why am I here? Franco's not even here. That was weird. No one listens when you're there anyway. It's a shit show, the Golden Globes. It's a little disorganized, that's all I'm saying. After we did Pineapple Express, we reunited to actually film a short film for Pineapple Express, and then we both presented at the Academy Awards together. Which just makes me think that I must have done a really bad job because I haven't been invited back since, and now he's hosting them. So, what that means, I thought I was funny. I helped write the thing, but I guess that doesn't count for shit. 127 hours is an amazing role for an actor, primarily because you don't have to work with any other actors. That, to me, would be huge. They're often the hardest part of making a movie. He really just, I mean, I gotta be honest, when I watch my friends in movies, often I have a hard time buying it. If one of my friends gets dumped or something, I just think it's funny in a movie because I know it's bullshit, or they OD on drugs, I just think of all the times we got high together and I know it's bullshit. But with this movie, it was not bullshit, and that was evidenced by the fact that I almost vomited and shat myself while watching it. Because of how truly disgusting it was, and amazingly sold I was by what he was doing. It was very incredible. And the whole time I'm thinking, like, it's Franco, he's not cutting his arm off. And then I was looking, he's cutting his fucking arm off. Franco is cutting his arm off. And it was disgusting. I mean, the truth is that in that movie, he really did the best thing that you could possibly do as an actor, in that he really made it seem like he was a dude with his arm stuck under a rock in the bottom of a crack for 127 hours, which was really, really impressive. I mean, I marveled at it, and for the 95% of it that I had my eyes open, it was unbelievable. My girlfriend tells me the other parts were fantastic, and he didn't blow it in those moments. And now he's nominated for an Oscar, which is hilarious and awesome, and it's great. And hosting, and he's nominated, and I'm not in any way jealous. It's all you could ever hope to achieve as an actor and a comedian. And I have neither. So, that's fantastic. But in all honesty, I'm really glad I came here tonight, mostly just because of how embarrassed James has seemed for the most part. That Sunny clip took the cake for me. They put shirt budget in that movie. They couldn't afford one fucking shirt for anyone. This kid just did no shirts, man, the whole movie. Only took a shirt the whole time. But in all seriousness, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm honored that I proud to be here to give you the award, which is the Outstanding Performance of the Year, and please give it up for my good friend, Jim Franco.
I don't know how to follow that, Seth. Look, if you can make yourself look like Anne Hathaway, I would love for you to come in. We'll take it out and you can come host the Oscars with me. You truly have been there at like the biggest points of my acting career at the beginning, and at the point when I didn't want to do it anymore, and you made me want to do it. So.
No, you're not bad.